Hey everybody, BamaCooley here. Welcome back to the channel. Today I have a special treat. I'm standing next to the BMW M3 Competition. Everyone knows how much I like BMWs. Everyone knows how much I've been wanting to get into the M series with the M3s, the M4s, especially the competitions. So today I got some time with this car. We're going to look at the outside, we're going to look at the inside, we're going to look at the performance, and we're going to take it for a drive and give it the business. So come on. Let's go. Kicking things off from the get-go, the first thing I noticed is this awesome green color. Looks really good. I haven't seen one of these around Huntsville. This is the only one, but I really do like it. It really makes it pop. Another thing I noticed is the aggressive lines coming down here on the front. Makes the front look really aggressive. Everybody knows it's an M. Everybody can see that. Of course, you got your M Competition badge here for your M3. You got your black grille. And so this is the controversy, right? I like to call it Grill Gate. Because when BMW went with these big kidney style grills, some people like them, some people hate them. To be honest with you, it's growing on me. I think it makes the car itself look more imposing. To see these massive kidney shaped grill right here, I just think it looks really good and really imposing. Of course, here you got your parking sensors, you got your camera. This does have the full 360-degree camera as well. You got your BMW badge. This does have the full carbon fiber package. The splitter is carbon fiber, the diffuser in the back is carbon fiber, and the roof's carbon fiber, but we'll look at those a little bit later. Coming over here to the side, of course, you got these awesome LED headlamps that BMW is known for. They look good. They got a little bit of blue right in here. And of course, right here you have BMW laser for the laser headlamps. So come on, let's go over to the side and see how she looks from there. So coming to the side, the first thing you notice, this is 4 doors. It is a sedan, so it does have some utility. It's not a pure sports car, but it's one of the best performance sedans you can buy. Coming up here to the front, you got 19-inch wheels right here with the blacked out package. These are on Pirelli P0s. You got your M3 Competition badge right here, which sets off in the black. We got our black mirrors. Coming down, we have carbon fiber going all the way down here. This car is built for performance. It's got the carbon fiber package and it's light. Of course, coming here, you still have the gloss black accents. And coming around, you got 20-inch wheels back here on the Pirelli P0s. So this thing is meant to go. It's meant to get traction and it's meant to perform. But it's got 4 doors. So you can, if you've got a small family, put a baby seat back here, put your luggage back here. It does have some utility, and then when you take it on road trips, you can give it the business and have a really good time with it. So let's go check out the back. Coming around to the back, you still have that same aggressive sports style. Of course, you got your rear lights, lamps coming here. You got your X-Drive badge, so this is 4-wheel drive, so you don't have to worry about spinning tires when you do your 0 to 60. Gloss back here, we have a carbon fiber diffuser right here, which keeps things light. We have quad exhaust tips, and these are massive. And for an inline turbocharged V6, cranking out this performance, these sound really good. They are multi-valve, so you can open them up and make them sound even better, and we'll do that during the driving portion. Of course, here you got your M3 Competition, you got your carbon fiber spoiler right here. Here you got your key fob, you got your BMW colors over here, you got your lock, unlock, trunk opening, and you also have this remote to open up the valves while you're driving, which makes this sound even better. So let's go ahead and open up the trunk. Here you see automatic trunk, so let's go check it out. Coming here to the trunk, this is a pretty big trunk. It's very deep. I can barely reach in here and reach the back of the seats. The seats are fold down, so if you do need something like skis, maybe a small piece of lumber from Lowe's or Home Depot, you push the seats down, and you do have that capability as well. Tent for softball or baseball games, just put the seats down and you're good to go. All right, let's check out the rest of the interior. I'm not going to spend too much time on the back seat other than to show off that it is a sedan. Of course, this is about where I would have the seat, and I do have leg room to get in and out, and it's not uncomfortable. Would I want to spend 6 or 7 hours back here? I'm not a kid, so that's probably not the case, but I do like the orange right here. It does go with the green. Of course, you got the black leather, you got the Harman Kardon upgraded system, and you do see a baby seat over here. So this is a private owner with a family, and they do use the utility of this. Of course, back here you have your climate controls, so whoever's back here can set their own climate on auto or whatever they want to adjust it to, and you do have 2 USBs back here. So this is a capable sedan. It just performs like a sports car, and I can't wait to show that off. Sitting here on the edge of the driver's seat, you have your black leather, of course the orange again, You have all your window controls, your rear view mirror controls, memory seats, Harman Kardon system, trunk opening. You have the metal M3 badge right here, which you'll see in the B-roll. And so let's go ahead and sit in it so you can see what it looks like sitting in it. Now, when it comes to the front seats, this is a very comfortable car. I do love the leather. I do like the support. This is a 10-way power adjustable seat. In here you got the leather wrapped steering wheel. You have carbon fiber on it. You got your M modes, which you'll see here in a minute. And it's just overall a very good looking interior. And it's a very comfortable interior. If you have 2 people, you can definitely take this on a long road trip. 2 people and a baby, or 2 people and a child, or a couple of small kids. Perfect vehicle to go on a road trip and have some fun with. All right, everybody, here's the leather wrapped steering wheel I was telling you about. Here are your controls for your console up there. Of course, you got your microphone, your call, plus or minus for your volume controls. Over here, you got your adaptive cruise control and cruise control. I think this does come with the lane keep assist. Of course, you got your carbon fiber right here, which looks good. Here, you got your preset M modes. You have your carbon fiber paddle shifters here. Of course, here you got your windshield wiper stock. Over here you got your blinker stock. Of course, here you got your controls for your lights. You do have performance pedals. And here you see you got more carbon fiber coming through here. You have, of course, you have your M stamped shifter here. And you got your M mode, your setup, your exhaust control, your auto hold. Here's your wheel. You can go home on this. As you can see right here, I have it set on changing up the engine and the chassis and the steering and the brake and the M drive and all that good stuff, getting ready to drive. The carbon fiber goes all the way through over here, and of course everybody knows that BMW is the best at the ambient lighting. As I mentioned before, you got the Harman Kardon sound system. Here you got some storage. Of course, here you got your cup holders, you got your USB, you got your wireless phone charger, you got a 12 volt right here. Here you got your controls for your radio. Up here you got the nice leather, you got a speaker up here. This thing is decked out. I think the orange interior of the leather is growing on me, I'm not gonna lie, especially with this green on the outside. So I think it's a pretty cool look. Maybe I would have went with the red, but maybe that's too Christmassy. I don't know, I'm not the best with these. This seat is very comfortable. I enjoy it. Let's see, of course the infotainment center, there's your map. This is very quick responding, as you would expect. And of course here you got all your controls, your climate controls if you wanted them, exterior lighting, interior lighting, drive settings over here, which was what I was just in, vehicle status. So if you go down here, there's your vehicle and the color that it is. Everything seems to be okay. We'll go back here. Now, everybody knows I'm a sucker for this, so we'll go ahead and take a look at the dash. So we'll go ahead and take a look at the digital instrument gauge cluster. Of course, oh, this does have a heads-up display. I don't know how much you can see, but these arrows do change the heads-up display. So here's the setup for this. As you can see, you got your standard kind of gauge cluster here. But if you go in and you go into sport mode, there you see it change. And of course it's saying our engine's on efficient, we're on comfort for the steering, for the chassis. So if you, let's say we hit M2 right here. All right, the exhaust just instantly changed. Now we're on Sport Plus on everything, we're on Sport on everything. So it's over there on the left. And then you can also see that right there, how everything changed. Over here you can also change how this looks. Here we can change our content and what our heads-up display shows. So that's reduced content. We can look at our engine with the turbos. We can look at our tire pressures. We can look at our sports displays with horsepower and pound-feet of torque. We can look at our G meter and got your radio. Maybe we'll record the G meter on here. Let's leave it right there and leave everything else in performance, and we'll see how it goes. So let's talk about the heart of this beast and what makes this an M. So this engine, which I love it when manufacturers put a cool engine cover, it makes it look nice and pretty. This engine cranks out 503 horses, 479 pound-feet of torque. So it is built for performance. 0 to 60, anywhere from 2.9 to 3.2 seconds, depending on the publication you believe. I'll try to get the drag out. We'll see what we can get with it. Under here you got 2 air intakes sucking in fresh air to keep this engine cool. while it runs. This engine will also propel this car to a quarter mile in about 11 seconds at 124 miles an hour. So this car, even though it's a sedan, is built for performance. So what separates the M from the competition, and what separates the M from the standard 3 Series? Obviously, when you go to a M3, you step up in horsepower. You go from 300 and something horses up to 503, and of course your torque increases. So when you go from the M3 to the M3 Competition, you get performance wheels, you get performance suspension, a more performance chassis, you get the adjustable exhaust. You also get several other performance features that you just don't get with the M3, so that's why a lot of people go the M3 Competition. Plus you can opt to get all the carbon fiber package. This has a carbon fiber roof, a carbon fiber splitter, a carbon fiber diffuser. So it's carbon fiber throughout to lower the weight so that you get more performance. And this car is not just about straight line speed. Obviously it's very quick. However, this car is meant to be driven on the road, around curves, taking curves tight, really putting a test on that performance suspension, and that's exactly what we're about to do. All right, everybody, we are in the BMW M3 Competition. I'm going to go ahead and put this in Sport Plus Sport modes. I'm going to go ahead and put it in M2. Valves are unlocked. We should have some good sound. Let's see what this baby will do. First thing on the initial driving, even though I'm driving just right here, this thing wants to go. Like, I'm having to kind of meter back the gas pedal on this. As I said earlier, and I drove this down here from the owner's house. This is a very good driving car. We're in second gear. Probably going to brake torque it a little bit, get it up to about 2,000 RPMs. The air is not very good today. It is humid, so I think on the draggy it was showing like a little over 1,900. Usually in the winter time it's like negative 1,400, and that's when you can get your best times. I'm going to start down here. Let them get, I'm only doing 60. I'm not going to see how high I can get this up to. All right, let's see what she'll do. The 764 in the 764 in the 8th is really good. The 379 is a little slow. It's about a half second slow than what most people get, I think. But you know, it's a hot day, and you know, this is real world. This isn't car and driver track conditions by any means. So, and it wasn't ideal, right? If I was on another road I go to, it'd be a lot different, but this thing took off like nobody's business. Like, it pushed me back in my seat, and I'm actually happy with that 764. That's actually really good. Let me get in here and maybe we try to do another draggy here in a little bit. Maybe we'll try that. All right, everybody, we got a new camera position. Let me get out and check and make sure that all right, this exhaust note is really good when the valves are opened up. So I have everything in Sport and Sport Plus, and we're going to go around this road, which tends to be it's pretty curvy, but this is the road I was raised on, and we're actually going to see what we can do with this. The acceleration is, and along with the sound, is borderline intoxicating with this car. All right, this is a good curve to kind of gauge where we're at. Yeah, that's fun. This thing handled it no problem at 60 miles an hour. I'm gonna try to get another draggy in before it's all said and done. I'm gonna go a little bit slower too, because there's two cars in front of us, and when we get to curves and stuff, I want to be able to really hit them and accelerate through them, you know, like we're at a road course or like we're at Le Mans. This is the first M3 and then obviously M3 competition I've ever been in. I want to do the M4 and the M8 as well, and all I gotta say is so far it's lived up to pretty much everything I thought it would be. All right, see, this is a good curve. Hit it and accelerate through it, but I'm catching up with these people. That's a Porsche Boxster in front of us. Not gonna lie, there's a lot of old people that drive this road, and sometimes you get behind them. So, you know, we're in the, everything is sport plus, basically the elements and track setup that you can get in this car. And so I do feel the road and I feel the bumps, even the tiny ones. So, you know, a lot of people think that's a bad thing, but not when you're in this mode. You want that because it lets you know that you're in the tightest chassis possible and the tightest suspension possible, and that you're ready to actually hit the curves the way you want them to, and that this thing's going to hang in tight. I'm hoping I don't get behind anybody on this road coming back as I'm driving this back to the owner's house. And I can really, this is a really good road to test cars like this on, and track and road cars like this on. I would love to have had the MC20 on this road as well, the one I reviewed last week. You hear it gearing down. She's wanting to go. I'll give her credit. She's really wanting to go. I think I'll do another 0 to 60 pull on that straightaway coming back this way, because I don't think there's as much traffic as there is going this way right now. Hope everybody enjoys the scenery of the country road. I do love this engine though. I didn't really feel hardly any turbo lag in it, in this inline twin turbocharged V6. We're doing 46, which is pretty close to the speed limit, but it doesn't help me for what type of driving I want to do for you guys. As far as gas mileage goes, this car rates at about 16 miles per gallon in the city, 22 on the highway, 18 combined, which isn't great, but it is a twin turbo, and those turbos kick on, they do suck fuel. So if you got an M3 or an M4, you're not worried about gas. All right, everybody, let's try this draggy again.
30, 60,
381. Maybe I'm not brake torquing it enough.
quarter mile,
771 on the 8th, that was good. see what we got. All right, everybody, we've done 2 draggies, around 3.7, 3.8. It's a hot day, so probably get that a lot lower. And I was brake torquing it to about 2,000 RPMs. Maybe I should have done it to 2,500 or 3,000 even. But this thing will go, and it sounds amazing. The 8th times were actually really good, in my opinion. Once it hooked up, it really started wanting to go. So, like I said, this is real world. This isn't car and driver. So, you know, it is what it is. But I love driving this car. Absolutely love it. Oh no. There you have it, everybody. The BMW M3 Competition. I really enjoyed reviewing this car. We looked at the inside, we looked at the outside, we gave it the business. It's a great car and fun as hell to drive. I highly recommend it, and I do think this is probably the ultimate performance sedan. Be sure to check out some of the related videos over to my right, and be sure to like and subscribe to the channel. And in the comments below, tell me what you think about the BMW M3 and the M3 Competition. Feel free to tell me what you think about it, and I'll be sure to respond. Remember, if you're in the back roads of Mexico like I was today, and you got a fun car or truck to drive, and there's no federales around, go ahead and give it the business and have a good time with it. We'll talk to y'all later. Bye.